This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it. Let's talk about my guy, DeAndre Swift. Yes, DeAndre Swift, I guess him and the Eagles are planning a short-term deal. They're planning a short-term deal, and I like it. I like it. Short-term, not no 5 year, 6 year. Maybe extend it for an extra year or two. And I see what the Eagles are thinking. I see that the Eagles just don't want him to be a 1 year rental. They want him to stay for at least a couple years because at the end of the day, you gave away draft picks. You gave away draft picks to get him. And honestly, what I think they're trying to avoid is the same thing that happened with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Remember C.J. Gardner-Johnson? We gave the Saints some picks for him. We never really extended him. We just thought that we'll be able to extend him the end of the year, and it did not work. Detroit beat us out and got him. So I think the Eagles are trying to avoid that to at least have him for an extra year or two. Now it's a risk on both sides, of course. The risk on the Eagles side is that what if he's not healthy? What if he's not healthy? He doesn't give you the production you need, and you extended him early. That will suck because that means he's still on the team for an extra year or two. Now, the good thing about this is that, say if he had one of those years, like 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards, and do his thing, like he really fits the system. Now the Eagles got 1,000 yard rusher on a cheap deal. So I get what both sides thinking, and DeAndre Swift probably thinking like, nah, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year because maybe I could get more money from you, and not only from you, I have other suitors. So it's probably contract talks like that. But it's definitely a risk on both sides because what if DeAndre Swift just take the money and he want to get paid? And now he's on this cheap deal. Eagles, if he get hurt, now you extended him. So, but like I said, I get what the Eagles are thinking. They probably trying to avoid what happened with the DeAndre Swift thing. So all makes sense. Now I want to talk about this right here. So Will McDonald, probably one of my favorite, I would say, edge rusher in the draft if we didn't get Nolan Smith, because I honestly thought Nolan Smith would get drafted first and Will McDonald would fall in that 30th range, early second round. And I thought we'd pick him if that happened. But he ended up going really early to the Jets, like at 14, 15. And he said some interesting things. Salute to my guy Thomas R. Peterson, because he said it first that Will McDonald, who was drafted in the first round, said Tyler Steen was probably his toughest match. So I wanted to find a clip and play it for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip really quick. And this is him saying it. This is just not, false tweets.
Tackle you faced in college?
I would say at the Reese's Bowl, his name was Tyler Steen from Alabama. He was a really good tackle.
All right. So you hear that. He said he was a very good tackle. Tyler Steen, that was the guy. Makes sense. Makes sense why Stoutland University wanted him for sure. Tyler Steen, bring him in. I think Stoutland can take him to another level. I really do. And I'm going to go ahead and break down some clips right here so you'll see it. All right, so here we go. Tyler Steen, number 54. He's playing left tackle. And just look how he hold up number 4. Just can't move, man. The protection Young was getting on that left side was ridiculous. 54, holding up his guy. Tried the bull rush, didn't work. All right. Tried the bull rush again, just didn't work. Bryce Young just got all the time in the world, man. This dude Tyler Steen, and you're going to put him at guard. So he's going to be a baller. Held up his man. Here we go, Tyler Steen again. Making holes for the run game. Jahmyr Gibbs had a really good run game because of Tyler Steen. All these runs to the left side. Look how he finished his block. Tyler Steen again. Open up a hole for Jahmyr Gibbs. And we know Gibbs' speed. He's going to take off from another angle. Right, so you see the clips, man. He's like an anchor. Like, you can't move him. Like, You try the bull rush, try the moves, it doesn't work. And now he's not a left tackle. He'll be a guard between Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson. Now, when I think of him now, I don't only think of him as being just a future guard. I think of him when it's probably time for Lane Johnson to hang it up. You probably could translate him to right tackle easily. Now, I know it's going to be a battle between him and Jurgens, but in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with redshirting the guy for 2 years. It's nothing wrong with that. You know, he didn't expect Jason Kelsey to come back. So let him sit back, learn a little more from Jason Kelsey, and when his time comes, he'll be ready. We can't have another center turn into a guard. Everybody forget, Landon Dickerson came here to be a center. He moved to guard because it was somebody that got hurt. I can't think of the name right now who got hurt on that guard side. Then we just went with Landon Dickerson, and it worked phenomenally. But him and Jordan Mailata, you see the relationship that they have. Then Jason Kelsey, you know, doing his thing in the middle. So we just kept him there, and we drafted another center, which was Jurgens, who is very, very similar to Jason Kelsey. So if he got to sit out 2 years, that's fine. Some dudes get redshirted for 4 years. I mean, I really think this is Jason Kelsey last year. I really do. Win, lose, or draw. I believe this will be his last year. So let Jurgens sit out another year. Let Tyler Steen do his thing. And yeah, man. Yeah, let him get to it. Day 2 draft, and shout out to Philly 500. He's been saying this a lot. Was two very important picks because we're talking about two guys that can possibly start. Of course, Jalen Carter, but everybody else, they possibly got to work their way. Whereas though Sidney Brown, he really could compete to start. And then Tyler Steen was probably the starter. But when you look at the Ojamos, even Keely, Ringo, Nolan Smith, those guys probably got to wait their turn. But Sidney Brown, Tyler Steen, those were needs, and those guys can possibly start. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today about DeAndre Swift, about Tyler Steen? And this is Eagle Al. I'm out.